You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey, voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. We keep calling we, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God begin, let's get the power.
All right, a very good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Review. They come to you from Liberty Online Television. The program they come to you every Friday from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, so we can get Master Sabi people and for can talk about issues we can float around the newspapers, the radio station them, the online television and other platform them. When a credible platform them, we get for do journalistic work. My name is Alex Lawrence Kuruma, and one for big pardon because for past few weeks, I not on there for let we discuss the program. Well, one thing like I show now, I don't settle that, and within an every week for discuss thing them we get for do with this country in better one. I want to welcome to the studio for this afternoon Abraman Kamara, station manager for Star Television. We're not to a new face now, so in different media institution. Of course, we all know the role of this young big man on the play for push development in the country. Very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Alex.
All right, I also want to welcome Ibrahim Alusain Kamara, and they call him popularly as Kamalo, in a renowned name. It's good getting up Master Sabi person from the electronics and get a Master Sabi man from the electronics. He is the managing editor for Salon Compass newspaper. Very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, viewers, and I'm glad for there.
All right, this is Liberty Online Television. Today we can for discuss plenty things that don't happen at the media landscape. And before we go to some of the things that we catch the newspapers, now we go to a press release from Steiner State House. Also, His Excellency appoints Cyril Arnold Grant as Minister of Energy. The controversies or the comments that don't come out around what's happened to Dr. Kande Yomkela, where many people believe say don't they champion this space. Don't be the driver. You know, we're over the mission 300. This young man or this young old man, they talk say able for address electricity problem in area. So long we get sustainable electricity supply. Wow. who, as colleagues, as journalists, within the platform, let's start with your Brahman. You feel say anything change? You feel say anything like go wrong where we see a new appointment as minister, substantive minister?
Well, thank you very much, Alex. When I see this press release yesterday, the first thing that came to my mind is what really might have gone wrong. Somebody don't play a pivotal role for ensuring we get electricity, reliable electric supply, then attend together with His Excellency the President, the United Nations General Assembly, the 80th of it. We see the participation, we see what it come out, many engagement in the energy sector, but just yesterday, the president thought it fit to say, you know what, Yumkela, you need to take the back seat and let her come with somebody win a grant. This is an unknown quantity. Presupposes that he has worked within the energy sector, is a professional, but many people, these are the quiet personalities, many people are seen from the bottom. But immediately after this press release yesterday, we begin to get some inkling on Yumkela in leadership, now the energy ministry. Yumkela in leadership, I will sit there and tell you on the affirmative that it has been characterized with many challenges. Witty White man can say he has been fraught with many challenges. Yumkela, in the views of many people, seem to be a bully. Yumkela, Job believes he is a be all and end all. And there was this Energy 300. You know, Alex, you don't use propaganda for win the minds of people. This Energy 300, the way Yumkela propagate them, he propagate them in a very deceptive formula. There was a time when a press conference, the usual press conference, the Minister of Information, Yumkela was there with the Minister of Finance. He was saying everything that this energy 300, now the answer to the current predicament about energy supply in the country. But it failed for realizing people still a follow-up as to what they happen. The Energy 300 in the impression as if the money available in the dome. A lie. Nothing will be ever there.
So affect the president.
Affect the president, affect the people of this country. You understand?
Conference.
Spend
money.
Sorry to say this, I'm on a public platform. A lie.
So now political.
Wait, White man said that's a hideous lie. The Energy 300 purely a formula based on the PPP, a public-private partnership, where the government need for fund people if can invest in the next coming years. But what he do, it give an impression as if there is money. You find out the day they broke out, you see the billboards them. Go on a hill station, Energy 300, the answer to the current predicament of energy, blah, blah, blah. The day they announce and the day they unveil them boards and the day they announce, you take to the social media as if there somebody even comments. There was a newspaper where even tell you say, to hell with the MCC, that's what they call them. Mm-hmm. That American phone where they come. To hell with American phone and all the rest of it. We've got it right. The 300, Energy 300 is there. You don't use propaganda. These things are real. These things are real. So for me, now, somebody way, I will tell you this because I'm privy to certain things. I will tell you details. Many people are not fed up with a leadership at the Ministry of Energy. Many people they complain them, they take correction. Yumkela, they listen to voices, they respect the professional views of the people. And they appear because he knows how to speak the Queen's language. He just feels say he knows it all. I know this I try for demean him, but this is what I know. And the president over time don't get a lot of complaints about Dr. Kanu Yumkela. You understand?
So Nana be the energy lead. Sakam or just maintaining position?
And they tell you something?
By your observation.
By my observation, Yom Kela has been booted out. Except today they change any other thing. But I hold this impression, just as lawyer they can say, until proven otherwise, that Yom Kela has been booted out. You understand? You know, will play a pivotal role. Alex, you know, with dinner, they manage this particular station. You don't become an expert in you know, moderating program. Then they just tell you, say, Alex, then they carry somebody else. Then they carry Suleiman Storm for making just can't take over your program, which presupposes that.
You know, they do well.
Thank you very much. So for me, grant is an unknown quantity. Now we can see how it can take them. You understand? You even know, say, there was a point in time when the young engineer, the deputy minister, Dr. Yom Kela, they nearly go into blows in that particular ministry. You understand? So you go ask the reason why many people they complain this individual and they complain to the president, and the president don't take the decision. You see?
We see the way the president's been reorganized with the energy sector. Now, the president say, now, Dr. Yom Kela, all issues of the energy ministry and all that to have a pass through. So for me, not be fixing again, the president and create the space for make the man feel comfortable for doing it for do.
Alex, again, that premium with the expectation, say, Dr. Kane Yom Kela for perform. As I tell you in the initial opening, I tell you, say, it don't fraught itself with so many challenges. Many people in the complain, Dr. Kane Yom Kela really listen. Dr. Kane Yom Kela, you get Sierra Leoneanism. I'm aware of Sierra Leoneanism. We get good initiative. We get the country at heart. They come with an initiative project on a solar project. We can help as a kind of auxiliary to the epileptic in the views of Thomas Dixon, how he offered to refer. Correct electricity problem. You understand? That particular project, Yom Kela stole them off. Sierra Leoneans, when it be say, you know, they got, yes?
Evidence to that.
I get evidence to the effect. Right. I just don't sit and say, something. So I will tell you exactly.
Dr. Yom Kela deceived the people of this country and the presidency.
Well, Dr. Kane Yom Kela, a million assessment is not fit for purpose. Otherwise, we don't forever see any reason why they go bring somebody where you, I'm sure, I don't know about my colleague here. You understand? He is very vast. I don't know whether he know the individual or the grant. But me, the first tenant for my career, and I understand that he has been working in that sector as a professional. You understand? If he has been performing well, Dr. Kane Yom Kela should have been the substantive minister of energy. Right. But in this case, that is not the case. A bad picture.
Let bring signed Kamara, yeah, so this is the Kamara family thing. You believe say Dr. Kane Yom Kela not fit for purpose?
Thank you very much. I think so many factors we get for look at first before we come to that statement. In the first place, I want to say Yom Kela in specialization na energy, and he's done that in so many countries we don't work. So I think
specifically renewable energy.
Yes, I think that was one of the things that we make the president thought and fit say for this energy sector lead.
But again,
brother, they talk about.
I watched one video a few days ago when Escoma they pull into, which of course now they pull into. So me no go in at that space, na the space na UN you need to at that time. They brag about say you know energy expert. You only bring a country small component of one example. That way we do na mambolo. What if we do na mambolo? That we do na mambolo.
Is it in fact it is not effective?
So how for like relate to what Abraman they say?
I just the premise first me point. You know, the thing is the world know I'm say this man an energy expert. He don't do so well in other countries in terms of the energy sector. But first of all, what I want to let Sierra Leoneans know now the fact is, Yom Kela is not a man to be trusted in the first place. Here is the man we they tell we say APC and SLPP they are Alassane and Alusine, and that they all are the same. So he can't work with them. I remember there was an interview at AYV where the interviewer they asked him if either of these parties call you for join them, you go do, I say no. He said even the presidents, I think that was the first time of the president because it be the parliament at the time. He said even the president call him, not for job. Now for let them discuss how the country they go before, but one job from the current government. And here, this is the same man we, I would say, we kill NGC and go form alliance with the SLPP, the people will be accused of so many atrocities. So that is one aspect to get for look at. See, this is a man we not readily reliable, where people not go rely on for say if he talk this, he stand by what he said. Now coming to his role as the chairman on energy, and I think food there among
Energy and food security.
and food security is the chairman. I not go buy to waiting Abraman say that he's been booted out because the energy ministry first of all don't become so chaotic since the SLPP came to power. It's been so chaotic. Every now and then sometimes when they make change, they make massive overhaul. Sometimes they go sack everybody. Mark you, this is the ministry where you not get substantive minister for almost a year. They not get the EDSA itself, we're responsible for we're responsible for distribute electricity. They not get substantive head as we speak. So I cannot say they don't pull Yom Kela, they don't sack Yom Kela. Maybe it just mark you the substantive minister of energy all this while has been President Bio.
I guess.
He has been President. I'm coming.
I'm filming it.
Yeah, the substantive minister has been President Bio. So for me, the appointment, like you man say, this name, well, to many a new name, but he's been at the energy sector for the past 10 years. He's been there. He's been working there now, like and then silent man, then silent movers and shakers. He's been there actually. But coming to the sector itself, I said just now, the energy sector don't be so chaotic under this government. We've not had a situation where we go say Alhamdulillah or tell God thank you for light business. Every now and then we get the same problem. Now, if I tell you the amount of money, I know the talk of pledges, I know the talk of the ghost project. I'm talking about the amount of money we don't come now that sector. If that money then therefore don't be put into good use, we're not for the gumble but light again. But here is a state where, in fact, few weeks after rainy season, now would they go, the blackouts don't return. You don't go back to factory setting. It's like now I say the energy sector now like Christmas we know the well and just the better for the time being as the season change, then go back to where they were. I tell you about the money. There was a time I make that publication. I highlighted all of the monies where they don't go to that sector. This over $1 billion don't go to that sector this since 2018. We still then at the same problem. We still get issues with transmission. We still get issues with distribution. We still also get issues with generation. In fact, although the president in one of in state's opening address say that the country now they generate sufficient electricity, but today this sufficient electricity not translated into distribution. We're gonna make we self glad they say, oh, I think we are getting it right in the energy sector. And also Yom Kela in leadership after the sacking of the then deputy minister and the minister, or the resignation of the minister, the substantive minister when Alhaji Kanja say, then the former deputy minister one will be go take in charge now. They be call a press conference. Apart from the government press conference, it be call a press conference where we highlight so many things where they don't do, where they do in the energy sector for ensure say by 2026 Sierra Leone will be energy self-sufficient. In fact, according to RAM, we are going to have 258 megawatts where we able for we'll generate as a country. He highlighted so many projects where ongoing, where some of them they look for the money and all of that. So when this mission 300 come, because it's a project where include other African countries, where it is up to you now for able to develop specific project where that mission they go fund. This mission 300 come. I mean, I the first person we publish say this ghost aid, because for me I call them ghost aid. Every now and then, so many millions or billions of dollars they come into the country, but they all seem to be as ghosts, because these monies, when they come, even when they come, you know, they see the impact on even the things that where they come for. Now, if you look at the energy, I tell you, see, over $1 billion since 2018 don't go into the energy sector. We not for the struggle again for lights. We not for the struggle again for transmission. Today, we they change this the transmission. This now old transmission there. Now we make the cable. All of these things keep coming up every now and then, and we they wonder who say all the money they are. Where don't they come at the energy sector? They go. Where 30 they will still get the same problems every now and then. The problem when they said and they fix is still coming up. So I don't know how they fix the problems. I don't know who side the money then they go. Whether some say the money they go now, some people in pocket we don't know.
Okay. Yes. Alex, this is a simple logic. Yeah. As an energy lead, right? In the absence of a substantive minister, you're right. Now, Emek Yunkela is serving that capacity.
No,
now, the Adikam.
He was there before.
Now, the indication is the ministry don't get a substantive minister of energy. So tell me why you need an energy lead anymore.
No, he has.
You understand? Yeah. Why you need an energy lead? No, I can tell you. Now just a way of wrapping. Not just a way.
Alaji Kanjas is there. If he did there as energy sector lead, I want to tell you, like, after the 2023 election, that alliance, the appointment, part of the first appointment, the appointment at the time, we had the substantive minister then, Alaji Kanjas was there. So he has been there. I cannot say he has been sacked.
The problem we'll get.
Government
can come with press releases
at that ministry.
They are not.
It's nothing to write home about.
They are not explicit in its entirety for actually explain. They just tell you say the energy ministry they don't appoint somebody new. They not tell you say whether this one, but you can read me the lines. You understand? You can read me the lines. For now, the bulk of the concentration and the supreme authority na the energy na Minister Grant. So it's no more about Dr. Kani Yumkela. You understand?
That is your opinion or it's a fact?
Energy issues or blackout issues with appointment. The one we will continue for dinner at the front line throughout, because we not seem to forget the solution we want. But let we go to something we pressing. This issue of drugs. I take from front page where News 24 News Focus 24/7. They say as Sierra Leone become a narcotic state, they ask a question. Let me move to. I did look at the views of the newspaper and then possibly we take a discussion from the Glenna newspaper. They say government war on drugs must begin with just liquors. We get the Bow Times newspaper where they say the fight against Kush requires heart and unity. Then they quote President Julius Maada Bio. And of course, again, the Glenna newspaper, again, they say just Lakers ties to government officials cast out on Sierra Leone's drug crackdown. So, you know, I bring some of the issue there. So, for example, the Bow Times, where they say the fight against Kush requires heart and unity. Then they quote President Bio. Then again, they look at waiting Glenna, they say this Belojos, they wine and dine with government officials. This Belojos, if government serious for feds, therefore bring this man force, even though this is not transit and say they do. So let's start. How serious? I will start with you again, Mr. Kamalo. How serious the government for fet drugs?
First of all, I think this is the second time I'm going to say this. From the onset, I say the political will not there from the authorities for fet drug issues or the drug crisis. We talk of the kush that is ravaging Sierra Leone, where they kill so many of our youth. I see quite, I think yesterday or so, but during the course of the week, I see the police put out put out a news about conducting or investigating the cause of death of most of the people where the mayor be claim saying na kush kill them, and say, well, now 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10. And so it tell you, say, we're not even ready as a country, because the people were responsible, were for take the lead in fighting this drug, I would say they are complacent or they are complicit with the actual perpetrators. Now, you have a situation where forfeit the drugs. Let's forget about what's in the happen in country. Most of the items or most of the instruments use the condiments used in the production of this kush. Now bring them, they bring and come. Sometimes through our border, sometimes through the ports. So many areas where we need for concentrate on in terms of bringing. And mark you, if the environment's not there, if that if the government not be don't create that environment for allow things then just they come in, we're not for the friend ourselves in this kind of position. So for me, first of all, we have to look at how then they come inside, and we begin to guess. Now, imagine just after the president be convened a stakeholders meeting on this drug crisis, you see the number of arrests, you see the number of crackdown, according to what's in the police, they say they are cracking down on this. So it tells you these people actually be know who say the problem, then they be know the points then who say that they make them things they are. Because they will not be there, we find ourselves in a situation who say we don't lost so many of our colleagues. We lost we compatriot, especially the youth, to this drug crisis, because the people were for lead the fight or were for tackle this fight. No, they do what they're supposed to do. Our no say back. The same government where, in fact, they have the biggest responsibility for tackle this crisis, they've always been in denial. So many of the public officials, you have the chief minister. In fact, it started in parliament. Imagine the speaker, the third gentleman of this country, say, we are overhyping the crisis. It is not as bad as we are saying it. You can imagine, you also have the chief minister, a very senior government stakeholder, say, in fact, na robots. This hype about kush, na robot, na for let we get views or let people make views out of. You see, so many of these things they happen, and when you look at the actions of these authorities, it tells you they are not even ready, because you can't be in denial. First of all, we have to accept that we have a crisis, but the government, well, I don't know whether they have now accepted the fact that we have a crisis, but so many instances will tell you, see, even now when they talk about cracking down on this crisis, the actions, they tell, say, they are ready to fight this crisis. And then they also bring me to the issue of Josh. You see, like, I agree with that publication, Gleaner, we say the fight against drugs, it will start with Josh Lydekas. Now, here is a situation where you have, it's now known, it's public knowledge that we have this individual who is one of Europe's most wanted drug lords here in Sierra Leone. And he is alleged to have ties with the daughter of the president. So many international reports, so many credible international reports don't repeat this allegation. What a serious government should have done is to institute an investigation, an open investigation. Firstly, even until the police say now that picture, the face to that picture, now Umar Sharif. Okay, let us have Umar Sharif. Let's see first Umar Sharif. If you, I know one parable they say if you look for, you see juice. All and force. We have somebody looking like, we have an Umar Sharif looking like Josh Lydikas. Okay, let's get to the Umar Sharif first. So we begin. First of all, there should be this commitment from the government for actually tell you, in fact, they are ready to cooperate for let them look for this person, if at all it is Sierra Leone. But we don't see a situation who say every now and then when this topic come up, the government gets different way for balance. In fact, the president has never spoken about the issue of Josh. It should not be like that. They have to show seriousness. They have to show commitment. Say, indeed, they are looking for this person. And they are ready to hand over this person. In fact, one of the things that we don't be the talk, now that we don't have a treaty with the Netherlands. Yes. Extradition treaty. We don't have a treaty with them because they had also wanted a Sierra Leonean residing in Netherlands where they don't make requests, where the Netherlands government no accept. So you can imagine the level of pettiness in this. In this, you compare Adebayo to Josh Lydikas, where in fact at the top list of international criminals, now you compare them people and that person to somebody where for me I would call and say na news and in fact I then give relevance. Now the government give relevance because we had those people under the then government. We have those people where they talk, where they cause, but because the government then did not countenance them, then that was. Now they no more be the talk, but we not see any action, we not see any request for extradite somebody will be the talk against the government. The point I'm trying to make, let the authorities where for lead this fight show commitment. There has not been the commitment because the denial is still prevalent among the authorities. Like I give you example, you know, the speaker, chief minister, even my Brewer, the director of communications and state house, he was here. So these numbers are being hyped. And imagine we all they see, we don't as who they see the atrocities caused by this drug, particularly the kush. We they see the kind damage where they cause on a daily basis. Government for let them take serious action in tackling this menace. Better look for evidence. They are looking for evidence for confirm whether these people will die. In fact, they were killed by this drug. But I mean, you they see every now and then, when they see them, this thing is so glaring. But the government continues to be in denial. And with that, we can't go anywhere. Let the government, first of all, accept that we have this crisis and that they are ready to fight it head on. Then we go right, begin to see.
Abraman, you believe the fight against drugs therefore start to just lie decades, or it just therefore go with the one who they take the push as unpopular.
Let me put it this way. If now an epidemic, we can say you they blunt the chain of transmission, but in this case, the supply chain. So if we actually serious for 5 days, the supply chain, it's not about the end users. You understand? These are victims of circumstances. We just they feel say they see them, then begin to say so.
Yes, but again, what other people they say? This just like the cars, not to cushion the count. India they do transit. Well, I understand to be correct. I don't get full detail about that.
In fact,
but in a transit, which other people describe as powder. All these are the known drugs names they want to go for call. When at the end on they do, in that transit, then Kaya send and go to other country. But the kush now, young people there, people that don't link the name to the government officially. You understand?
Alex,
So now then they like,
whether not even attempt for reason along those making those statements for say na power and a transit.
okay.
If you're into it, you're into it. You understand? Then all they take push for make them tell we say we now not to from a global standard. If you want to describe a country as a narco state, you get key characteristics where they look at. It's not only about Kush. This way, this Dutch guy, they do so, could be one where they lead to corruption, weak governance institution, security consideration, overlapping security matters. You understand? You get economic dependency. Now, this whole thing about drugs, for me, I pray for let it become a way of life. These are two-pronged approach. You get the man, the Dutch guy where they do in your business, as per what you say, in just a transit because of power where they go to another East African country, South American countries, or where else, Venezuela, or where else. You understand? The serious about it, I have to commend my colleague here. Edom succinctly puts the things clearly that we are not serious. We are not serious fighting this particular menace in our society. And if we don't take them, will they reach a point where we say, will they reach a saturation point? We not get no solution again to actual this. I was on AYV, myself and Nyake Momo, when I tell them, say, people that they die, they ask for data. People that they die, they ask for data. You say the data from is it about data or putting control measures? So for me, the government officials, they just belittle this fight over and over. They are not taking it serious.
Maybe they are part of it.
You understand? They are not taking it serious. Now, it make you go begin to talk, say, man, and give data for actually know that they die. You naked there, you pass the street, you see people they perish. If you picking they die that kind of mysterious way, then they you go take her for be serious. You understand?
Like the speaker all telling Simon Toka.
No, most of them when they make the statement, they don't see. They don't
is
go
right.
to the streets. They don't know what is happening.
Nixon is right.
Then just you don't now the motoka them from the host now office from office now host. So they don't even.
You get the director of communication at State House. He is my friend, my brother. They tell you say this thing started from APC time. Are we talking about comparison? Or all the people of this country a duty of care.
So is it
to address all of those social menace here?
Exactly talk based on what's in the from because if you hear some of the spokesperson and we can't talk, you know they say the president today, yeah, I'm back from the president.
Yeah, and the president said
so sometimes you can get from the boss.
2014. You see, imagine well we say we're not small again. We'll be then a saloon actually. Then yes, then the way they talk about. We not be get this issue of kush. I remember vividly we get the issue of pampas water. If I remember one time where the interview yes. So we have I would say every government don't get your own challenges, don't get your own. But let me tell you something. Challenges can never, we're done with challenges. But it is how you handle the challenges. Now let's talk about this cocaine. The issue of cocaine, where in fact they make right now every Sierra Leone away travel for let you cross na any airport. It take you time because then they check you thoroughly. Now, under the then government, we had this cocaine plane where we come. Immediately, people were sacked. Actions we are taking, people them. So it tells you whether
law where they criminalize them.
Fine. So whether
it's a demonstration of seriousness.
The trade will continue covertly. But the fact of the matter, the government demonstrate commitment to fighting to tackling it head on at the time. Now, here is a government where you have a responsibility, a very huge responsibility. Let me tell you, any crisis within a country, it is the responsibility of government to eradicate it or to minimize it. Yes. It is not the responsibility of government for
comparison
for downplay in fact the crisis. This is what is happening exactly here now. We have a situation where they embark this country. the people are the people were responsible. They don't play them. They bring politics inside them. So imagine the other day as they watch the chief minister they compare say during the Ebola, President Bio had where the opposition had to come. He went through right around this country to help in the containment of Ebola.
Which was good.
It was good because at the time, first of all, the government first accepted that we have this crisis. And so we need every hand on deck. But this is a government we're not even accept. So how do you expect the other people to come? How do you expect everybody to join the fight? So you see, that is the disaster we are having. The government not serious. The government no waiting then for. That is why they are downplaying it. Because most of them picking them, they are not affected. Some of if I would say most of them picking them, no, they are, so they don't know what's in they happen. Now you talk of this cocaine. We have a very serious situation. Every now and then, before the reports come out about Bolo Josh in Sierra Leone, we have had situations where every now and then you go hearing around the airport and they don't arrest so XYZ amount of cocaine, tons of cocaine from Sierra Leone, XYZ tons of this from this. So in several countries, these arrests were made. So if you have this situation, but why don't you look at the root cause? We said the problem there.
The Josh guy when I talk about farm and who says is a very serious concern. But for me, what's more serious now the alleged involvement. I don't know whether I qualify again for say alleged. You understand? Involvement of a then ambassador to Guinea, where they use a vehicle.
Yes.
For transport all the yes. You know what's that I mean?
Investigation reports come out recently say that the man
they absolve them from responsibility.
Where is the report? First, I want to see that report.
Yes.
So
how they manage using vehicle?
So the question about
how driver manage gets involved?
Coming. How serious the government today for this fight?
They are not serious. I am saying this. Until the government is serious about this fight, we are going nowhere.
You see the attack on Avon? They cover this Bello Johnson issue.
So this is what I'm
saying. Then cover this ambassador in business.
These are diversionary tactics.
So then when you tell me about reports, I want to see the report because that report, if there is, it was
if they absolve them from responsibility,
why not
for restater?
No,
we're not going to restate again.
Why was he held?
Yes.
Why was he held?
Yes, they put on custody again. We're not going to restate.
Diplomatic
if we say you know get no hands there,
pressure.
You understand the report come say no hands. They will not go restate.
Because you see,
very simple.
We are not fools.
You don't even need to crack it.
Let me move to something.
We are not fools. Let us. Like I say, the government needs to be serious until.
I will engage Abraman on this one. Because we will continue to talk about drugs from January to December, or not done, because like what you all say, the willingness. If they see the government, like what they do recently, so presidents call a meeting, stakeholder meeting, we don't they see some arrest? Okay, they see some, but this Bello just now just say he said that they don't kidnap one Alan and another boy. Then the investigation still they go on for see around the be so. I think it still get some protection. But I bring you Abraman. This angle now you go bring on this one. I go back to Focus 247, where they say paying $7 million to government. DGBO cement success stories of SLPA. Then the success newspaper, they say SLPHA management denies allegation of Kush field missing container at Queen Elizabeth II Key. Many stories are just around the same issue, of course. One page they say SLPHA clarifies on alleged Kush field missing container. Let me go to the development aspect. The Akuba Bio and a young man then in a certain position and continue for they get certain pressure. Just like saying I am the president of the republic and everything I go put on a head. As a journalist, if you say you deserve all these point fingers, we don't they go on.
Alex, this a thing we repeatedly I don't say about the leadership of Askia Bio. Now this is very important harbor authority. I give little consideration to whatever impression possible hold about me saying this, that it don't demonstrate what I can call a very perfect leadership. It don't demonstrate itself to an extent that it don't prove say it'll get this country at heart. He's a young man that was appointed in that position, and ever since the Sierra Leone Port and Harbour Authority was created, we don't see so many development trajectory. We don't see a lot of development growth trajectory. We don't transform the port, you understand, from just that layman port to a landlord model. People don't understand the working of the port. The geography, all the sectors is being controlled by Askia Yankuba Bio. No. A landlord model presupposes that Askia responsible for supervisory and as well as policy formulation. You get a lot, the clearance sector, the NCA, the bulk system, the customs, everybody they play in part. All he's doing now for formulate policy with the agenda, the development of the entire port. This thing you see a lot of people learning rights, cocaine container, this and that, so forth. People are not actually take the time for get the right thing. It is about waiting, Dr. Soa can say, the urge to break the news. You know, they take you time. People they go report container. How did you know? How did you know that? Did you verify that that particular container, now cocaine or any other thing, or kush related materials? When the investigation was mounted, what he did as a very thorough leadership, incessant mount an internal investigation into all of these things, where corroborates with the police investigation. At the end, all that was pointed on the newspaper about this allegation was not true. And as we speak, nothing of the way that true in all of these. But you're still, you get people away just believe, say, they are writing all of these things, they are doing all of these things, then they write and all of these things.
We get like one of the possible, don't they write about this thing, Mr. Kamaya. So
Kamalo?
Yes.
Kamalo, I don't charge Kamalo.
Yes.
Kamalo, I don't charge Kamalo. Look at him seated here. I don't tell him over and over that, look, nobody stops you from writing. Let the evidence, I can always say, let the evidence tell a story.
When I discuss and they more and one again on for the discrediting work. But
no, nobody. No, he's a very fine journalist. Now, person where believe say anything he hang on, he get it right. But here I seated as an electronic journalist, I tell you, say, let the evidence tell a story.
All right, well, I'll ask him, but what again they say, one of the things where they happen, the lapses where they happen at customs. The lapses where they happen at Dong de Bolori. Lapses where they happen at other agents within the port, where ports not just the landlord. You know, if it's not they rob to the leadership of the SLPHA, because they're not the landlord, like go and say, you know, the papa. So if you can go perform back, so now in the rob bumper. No, if it's not that kind thing they go up on.
No, but I don't allow we get this thing what we call a transfer malice. For me, a misplaced aggression against a young man. I describe him deliberately for me a misplaced aggression against Yankuba.
The reason why I say so.
Yes, I understand the question.
This question.
Something go wrong.
This young man don't hold me hand over the police.
Good.
This container missing in the hands of the police. Where I will bring Mr. Kamal for talk.
So will you want to blame Askia?
But again, the blame will go back.
Will you want to blame him?
Why not blame the police? Why not blame
good
the customs department?
Why not blame the customs department? You
I
get
don't really
TDC,
know
you get the
this kind
police, you
of
get
talk.
all things.
You know,
So for me, in
we
two
don't get-
words, I see it like a transfer malice
we don't get
and a misplaced aggression. Finish.
and one good thing about writing, an officer ever attack the port authority. But let me ask you now, Mr. Kamara, this whole investigation about these drugs, and people will take your story, they associate them to the port authority. For suicide, the thing go wrong. For because as far as I know, this container been in a salon police.
Thank you very much. I think now anybody will maybe mention Port Authority or Yakuba Bio, I just mischief you want for create. Okay. Maybe whether the struggle just now because probably not be read what's in a right or maybe you know watch yourself because I believe say in all what's in a publish they were backed with evidence in the publication itself. First of all, I have never or I not say in the publication say Port Authority did wrong or even mentioning them because and I do my investigation. I followed the matter. It was the police. My publication was to the police because I was there when they handed over to the Sierra Leone police. So I have no business with ports because they've done what they are supposed to do. So they've done that. So I have no business with ports. They've not done anything.
Well, you're hardly. You said Kush. How did you know that?
In fact, even the police confirmed it.
Dana Kush?
There were substances, 91 gallons of Kush chemicals, and also the leaves itself. So, like I said, we are struggling. You be the struggle for. The point is, you have these mischief makers when they call them, when people say, because it gets phone, it gets internet, it can just do anything. Me what make me publication. You have not heard what I publish. Then you take the maybe style them the other way, forgo at people where not concerned. So it is their own business. Now make I tell you say in me initial thing, I say they are mischief makers. Me target is as public officers, we owe it to the country. Follow we speak to the public. Now when issues of this nature come up, you have a responsibility to inform the public. Here is a situation where the discovery was made by the leadership of Port Authority. They're not, because they are not the competent authority to handle this matter. They brought in the competent authority, that is the Sierra Leone police, and customs was also there. They brought them in, did everything they could do, and handed it peacefully to them. The responsibility now lies with the Sierra Leone police. For tell you one, we don't do this investigation. This is the report. We are going to destroy this content. The container, look at me or this. As we are speaking, that container is nowhere to be seen. The specific container is nowhere to be seen. Even the police, the container they mentioned, what's the gang number?
I don't do an investigation.
So for me, it's sad that people look at me publication and attach them to Port Authority. There's nothing in that publication we get for do with Port Authority. And I want to talk small, but Yakuba, you know me being a man where I know me not all just a critic. Sometimes I give praise who say praise is due. You know, the ports belong to get so many issues before now. It belong to get so many issues. Every now and then they are different issues. You remember one investigation we go do on ports where things then come, you know, that kind. Yes, that. And how then they pull anything and they, you know, it was so terrible. But when this man came, he undertake a lot of reforms, and these reforms don't help a whole lot in reducing the leakages, in maybe sealing most of the leakages. So you also have to look at that because of the reforms we don't put in place, because of the things that we don't put in place, you have so many people who go there against, because some people want to maintain the status quo because they don't get that opportunity now for maintain. So you have to have people where they come at you. But I tell you, my publication has nothing to do with Port Authority. I not mention them in has been culpable. They did the right thing. They did what they are supposed to have done. But
Say so.
the other thing, Port should continue to up its game. They are up against so many giants. They are up against so many giants who don't use for do things the wrong way. And if you want to put them straight, you have to have problems. You always have to have problem with people.
The way me don't
So next time, what publish? First, try for read. Second, try for verify. But you don't just make a statement.
I can't verify because one story they do and say you're wrong. But can they? Now, one of the investigations we do recently, I realized that the port management don't decide for puts very tight securities for all containers they go out, get a private security company. So then they also get some measures that they don't put in place with NRA. So now 30 people within NRA, more than custom area. One for they don't use for play in Kukujumuku. So because of the measures the way ports don't put, they don't feel threatened. But because again, this young man, I don't realize. I get somebody again who I don't admire Salon in terms of development, Philip Kano. He don't make a lot of transformation in the education sector, but this guy every day face blows. Every single day. So for me, see, I don't realize that people already do well. They get a lot of blows. Look at the current CDS. People within the army don't say, you don't make a lot of transformation. You know, the barracks, the supplies of different things. But hey, yeah, you get few things that normally are correct. People don't feel threatened. So I think this is the society where we belong. Where you want to do good, they fire you. Now, for example, some of the comments, in this Facebook now, there are people who say, "Oh, more than I have on APC." Professional journalism practice for more than 20 years. Don't serve Tijankaba, serve an Escoma, now they serve Mother Bio. If you try now, say Mother for don't give job, and else for don't give job. We choose to maintain this. That's what they are saying. But this is democracy. What is a democracy? As long as they point out things out there, people will come out and say otherwise. But we don't go through something. But for me, Yakuba don't make a lot of improvement.
Whatever thing.
And I think you need more for with the young people. You need with support.
That's great.
For make leaders and continue for entrust leadership to young people like a young kind person. I can always mention Yakuba don't do very good job. We see recently James Vio don't do a very good job. I tell you about young people there. This guy is a very young man. That guy, yes, that guy is also doing a very good job. Timothy Kabana, Foreign Affairs, is doing a very good job. And the current youth ministers are not only able to interact with them, but I see a lot of positivity from these young people.
You talk of young people doing a very good job. You will get a list of them that are doing impressive job. But let me say something. My brother seated here, he said me the struggle for saying certain things. My concern here is about the headline, Kush Container. How did you know? The lead. In journalism, you get what you call the hard lead and delay lead. You understand? That lead where you pull, the hard lead, and it speaks out volume of certain things. But it is good that you've made a correction now, where the world see that you are not targeting Askiabio. Your point here is about the Sierra Leone police. Askiabio, people and target them, what I can say, now misplaced aggression. This are the young man, 2004, sorry, correct me, 2024, right? It deposited into the consolidated revenue fund for this 2025 I give it 7 billion. Okay. Last year it put something like 4. You see, I up in game in 3%. This year is 7 billion where it put out of the revenue generated in all of these. I agree with Alex that when you decide to put some tighter measures, you get people already hot. I equally agree with you for the first time. Kamalo, you view them aligned with Mion on the aspect of the Sierra Leone Port and Harbour Authority. You understand? So with me, anytime when they make changes, see, you reference Professor Kanu, the thing that way they do na the university, many people feel say they're hot, so they can go after them. So for me, it's just a question of how can we, the media, encourage the young man for let he address the issues and let he up in game and do the right thing for the benefit of this nation. For me, it's not much about asking. I will not sit here. I hardly praise somebody else. But if I get good reason for tell you, say Alex is a good, if I tell you, say Alex is a very good man, I get good reason for tell you. If I tell you, say Kamalo is not good for me, I get good reason equally for tell you, say you are not good. So I don't get.
The young man is too much.
It's too much.
The guy by Motoka then said,
yes,
so the young,
he's well paid.
it affects the young people. Them.
Not for
The
me.
young man are for bluff.
No, for me now.
Young man for look good.
You know how I describe them?
Ah.
Those are multitude of inconsequential. Now we look at another aspect, if there is any.
Now we quickly look at this. Maybe we'll do 2 minutes on and then we'll wrap up. And Kamalo newspaper, Salon Compass. I see some around discussion around entering the 4 months. No rice security forces left to starve. Quickly, security for Lemboko, the security sector. Whether they left police, fire force, the military, navy, of course, military, of course, you get down the navy aspect of an old land. Who side they are not there for 4 months without rest?
Thank you very much. I think this publication was so clear. You know, we don't get a situation in this country where every now and then the Ministry of Finance, we always get problem with paying contractors, be it local or international contractors. You always have a problem paying them because the ministry always they face, or the government always they face fiscal constraints. Now, here is a situation where the contractors for supply rest to the security sector, that is the police and the military and prison service, they have gone over 6 months without them being paid. And so for some contractors, they don't stop their supplies. Now, the difference is the Sierra Leone police has gone 4 months without rice supply. The army has just gone this October without rice supply because now mark you, the army gets what you call emergency buffer, which is 3 months. So whether the supplier supplies, they still then get 3 months buffer where they can sustain themselves through that day. So now that 3 months they don't use, that 3 months buffer and they don't use, till come to October.
So they make 4 months.
No, yes, October now, so because the buffer don't done. So they went October without supply. Although the military, they respond to this publication, say it was false, but I think they don't read the publication, and they don't read me story. It's the fact of the matter, I did not say the military has gone 4 months without rice supply. I said the Sierra Leone police in the story, the security sector, the police is part of the security sector. No, I don't.
Part of the security sector
the prison service. In fact, correction service, I would say.
You understand?
They are almost 8 months.
No, that I find honestly I hold Kamalo in very high esteem as one of the finest journalists. But when he made this publication out, I mean, the first person we tell him say, Kamalo, that your publication is misleading. If you think the military is out of the equation, is out of the story, then why did you place the picture of the chief of defense staff in the middle of the story?
Why
No, they can't. Why make the head of why not put the police? Yeah, I'm coming. No. There's never been. I will not speak for the police, but I will sit here and tell you conveniently that there has never been an occasion when the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces don't get a gap in the rice supply.
So you are telling us
never.
That the supplier supplies.
The supply never. I will not speak.
I want to challenge.
I will not speak. And when this thing come, in fact, this thing they come late to arrest. Read by the end of 2025, the beginning of 2026, the army, under the current leadership of the Chief of Defense Staff, go be food self-sufficient because they embark on their own agricultural production and productivity. But this story if you see there you say it's not about the army, it's about the police, then you were not right enough to have placed the picture of the chief of defense staff in the story.
No. Now, what you are missing?
You know, for don't use them.
Now, let me
Put IG fire cell.
Please, can you allow
put
me?
IG?
No,
Don't put the CDS.
So he's part of the security sector.
Yeah, but it's part of
I
what
did states.
but in sector not affected.
I did states that the military.
Because again, I did the problem.
They have a buffer. But they are part of the story.
You forget as a journalist, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
I am telling you,
Good.
the military
So
is
man
part
not
of the
reading
story.
in a story.
You are looking at
about
you are looking
now the headline you look for. When you look at for headline,
You
you
are
go
talking
petition
to
and
the
say,
military.
hey,
I am
soldier did not get
talking
rise.
for the ordinary personnel out there. Now, this is a situation where it always occur.
There has never been a situation where there has never been a situation where the other ranks have confided in you that they don't ever get rest.
Can you confirm that
I will sit and talk to you authoritatively,
suppliers,
Mr. Anko. I will sit and talk to you authoritatively. There has never been a situation where the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces.
Why this is important? You are talking of we are talking about if the fight, what the crisis will get right now. First of all, you have to have a security sector that is morally boosted. You have, if you don't go able to get somebody where, in fact, you don't go 4 months, you don't get. Let's say go catch some. Let's say go catch one tycoon, one rock tycoon.
Of course, John is not a judge. But if I don't use the head of ONS,
I don't have to use the head of ONS
because
I use the military. I use
and
the
one
police.
more affected at the police.
Okay, the question is how you justify.
But again, also the military.
How you justify the picture of the scene?
But I said
to that story?
they've gone 3 months using their buffer. They have a 3 month buffer where by law they're not supposed to use that because there is no crisis, no emergency where go warrant
If you
for them
say
for use
if
that.
you say not get in October, as I talk to you now, the military don't disburse the rice to all the personnel. They don't supply rice. They don't pay. They don't supply rice. And in November, when they come back readily enough. And they tell you that one day
You have
from
pictures of the rice.
Do
being
I need to
supplied?
give you picture?
First, we have to have
I
evidence
think all this problem at the Ministry of
But
Finance.
you're very clear.
This is
I
You're
think all the
very
problem
clear
at the
that
Ministry
your
of Finance.
story did not target the army. The only thing you did wrong was to place a picture of the CDS. As I tell you, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
the army is part of
Picture
the
speaks
story.
1,000 words.
Why did
You
this the
shouldn't have done
problem?
that.
The problem at the Minister of Finance.
Thank you.
No, the problem
No,
here.
no, the thing is that this is the
Because
problem
it
we are
continue
having.
for fail,
Because the authorities
for prioritize.
fail for accept first of all the reality.
Now let me
This
say
is what's
something.
happening.
Now, okay,
you
let me
have
get-
a situation.
Okay, now
you
let
have
me
a
shock you.
contractor, you have a supplier where they
Okay.
supply military rights. You have a
Okay, now
supplier
let me
where they
tell you-
supply
let me
police
tell you
rights.
something.
You have a supplier where they supply the prison. All of these suppliers, they have been paid by the government. Because they don't pay them, they have stopped supplying. Tell me if when last did your supplier supply the army?
President, we don't go back to Nigeria for graduation.
When last did the supplier supply the army? If you answer that, then it's
No, the president just operating Facebook. You don't go Nigeria. According to source, na graduation go attend.
Okay, which is good. You get right for travel.
For go graduation. The
Yes,
Minister of Education will represent her.
Let you go. You understand? These are the last kicks of a dying horse. What if you try for say? You get a situation where you get them contractors here and they play the mind game. And I will sit here and tell you, he might be a friend to all of those contractors.
what is the mind game?
You understand? Now just because they delay, then you get people like VIP where they contract people for tell say, can you make a noise out of these? Then they can able to trigger. You understand? They can able to trigger a quick reaction to all of these stories.
This is the problem. Because we don't need to know. No, let me make this clear.
It's about CDS. No, you tell us about no put CDS in picture.
We have to accept first of all the situation.
You see,
Can you confirm that the ministry has paid contractors? Can you confirm that your supplier, the military supplier, has supplied you rice? In the last 4 months,
you see the press release yesterday come out from one of the contractors when the story was reported that the contractor in connivance with the wife of the IGP, then they supply blah blah blah. You see the reaction come out from one of the contractors. It made it very clear that I don't have any business with her. I'm doing mine on my own. You understand? Very good.
An interesting discussion.
Exactly. So
at this moment, let me tell you now, plenty because the drive where they go now, I don't want name calling way too much for retract back. But this moment, I have to say plenty thank you to Ibrahim Al-Hussein Kamara, we na the managing editor of Salon Compass newspaper, and Abraman Kamara, we na the station manager. I want to put this a managing editor, station manager for Star Television, one of the oldest and most respected television at this country. Me don't be Alex Lawrence Koma. They say plenty thank you to Sao make them for see with Sao Koma or able for make una see we live this afternoon. Tuesday we count the politics and the people. 8 p.m. we go get the opportunity for watch them on Tuesday. Another interesting topic get for come. It's time now to discuss politics, ask questions, and let people in the tell. Yeah, I always ready. Once I don't learn, I come out. I don't into this field for a while. Police don't slap me. Police don't do this. So I am ready. I am ready. They don't broke me house. No government this, government that. No, this. So this they don't police my motor car. So we are ready.
Apart from soldier. Talks, government talks, don't beat me.
No, we have to be tough the job.
I don't go to detention. Cut detention, in fact. So
we are calling the wrong parent, you know. But that's the beauty of the job, you know. And that's the beauty of the job. You know, and they go eat and sell up. But as long as you
so we
critical,
are all victims.
I don't say you go be.
We are all victims.
I'm not afraid. This is
Hey, this is one.
where I can't say what I call for you, police didn't come for you. But me not gonna have to be afraid. Because that is life. But again, with that, we'll continue the discussion. And a young man I will continue for the day or so. We'll continue to make the necessary discussion in line with the laws of this country because we get rights to freedom of expression. Until then, get yourself a blessed weekend. And don't forget, we'll meet up now at the different entertainment centers and get some fun and pull the stress them out.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Aye, yeah, voices come. Aye, yeah, credibility, now we are building news. Give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. You can call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Aye, yeah, voices come. Aye, yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power.